live. Yeah, I want to go live. What is wrong with y'all? Okay, then we'll go live over here. Come on. Come on. I know your mom. There you go. There we go. All right, so we're going. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, it is yo Frosty Beard, the Blerdicorn here with another convo. Let me tell y'all, I'm working hard today. I've got two of them. I got this amazing entity of a family. I'm telling you, I want to be like them when I grow up. We got Our Family Plays Games. We got Mick and Starla. Let me tell y'all, oh my goodness. But before we do, I just want to say thank you so much. Hopefully you guys are taking care of yourselves. Do what I tell you to always do. Hopefully you're washing knees, covering this. Stay as far away as you need to because people are getting sick. Let me tell you. I mean, they've been hawking and coughing everywhere. It doesn't even matter where you are across the country. So I need you all to take care of yourselves and be safe, okay? Because I have GPS on all of y'all. I'll find you. Don't think for a second I won't. But thank y'all so much for continuing to support my brand as well as other creators out here because let's face it, y'all, they are putting in work. Fornay, how you doing? If y'all join me here on IG, hello. Thank y'all for popping in. Now, if you really want to get into the swing, I definitely recommend coming over here to on my YouTube channel because I assure you, you want to ask a question of these beloved, amazing people. Guess what? They're gonna be right here. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be right here. But nevertheless, let's hop right into it. We're gonna bring in the stars in front of the camera. All the board games and everything. Now, let me tell you something. Their energy is phenomenal. If y'all have never checked out Our Family Plays Games, go check them out on YouTube, on their Instagram. Hilarious. I swear, it's like I want to be like them when I grow up. That's I can find someone that can tolerate me. But I digress. They love everything, board games, card game, tabletop gaming overall. And I love that because that is something I think our folks need to be more into instead of always playing the same games all the time. There is such a variety of games out there that can tickle the fancy and challenge the mind. But believe it or not, I found them accidentally. As you know what? I'm so glad I did. So without any further ado, or don't, let's bring them in. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Starla and Mick. Our Family Plays Games. What's going on, fam?
Yes.
How are you?
Yes.
Oh my God. I am good. How are y'all doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
But we gotta do what we do all the time. We gotta do what we do. Come on, Starla. Start it.
All right. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Our Family Plays Games. Boom! Goes that dynamite all over the place and just this one all over. Yes.
I never get tired of that. It's like, oh my gosh, you two are literally like the Abbott and Costello of the board gaming world. It's like Mick he's Abbott, he's Costello, he's all over the place, and Starla's Abbott's like, listen, I'm gonna need you to bring it down a little bit.
Yeah.
How are y'all doing today?
Martin and Jerry Lewis. He's
Yes.
Jerry. I'm Dean. I'm a straight person.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So well, technically, if you look at it too, Starla, you're Dom DeLuise, and Mick is Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all, thank y'all so much for joining me. I have been looking forward to this since y'all said yes. This has been something I've been looking forward to because I love what you bring.
Thank you.
I love it. I got to get the flowers. Y'all, let me explain something to y'all about this particular family. They are advocates of tabletop gaming, which is something a lot of us in the Blur community don't really get into. You hear gaming, you hear video gaming. Okay, that's just one faction of it. That's one aspect. But before someone had the concept of creating something like that, there were board games, simple games where you bring to the table, you know, your grandmother be like, baby, come on, we're going to sit here and play pie cheesy. Come on. I don't want to play. You're going to play, or you're going to get, you know how that is. And they have been doing this for quite a while, and I love it. So y'all, for what you do, thank you so much for bringing this awareness to the Blur community.
Thank you.
We
and I want to say, you know, you, Nate Montel, you encourage folk. You be doing your thing. Thank you. Because I be listening. You be pumping me up sometimes like, yes, he is talking the truth. So, yes, thank you too, sir. Thank you. I'm going to throw some flowers your way too.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, we talking Okay. So, yeah. Great. Fine. I got to get a vase now because they're throwing flowers.
Yes, you do.
Fine. So, first of all, y'all, thank you. Just again, I know I'm gonna keep saying thank you, but this is wonderful, because when I found out about y'all, I was excited, because you don't hear too much about Black folk overall and Black families talking about tabletop gaming.
That is
true. But when you see it, and I've your videos, informational, phenomenal, definitely introduced me to games that I didn't even know existed. Also, it just pumped me up about my my favorites. But what made y'all decide to do this on a platform like YouTube and social media?
I'm gonna let her go. Starla, you go.
You know, it's pretty much what you said. When we started board gaming in the modern board game hobby, because we started, you know, board gaming as kids. Both of us played board games when we were children. You know, the Sorry and checkers and dominoes and cards and all that stuff. But then after we had our son, we wanted to introduce him to a game night. We want to do something together as a family. So we started teaching him games such as, you know, Connect Four and checkers and all that stuff. And then after we got a little bit older, like around 4 or 5 years old, we got him into Monopoly and Sorry, which is a little early because I started probably around 5 or 6, but he was a really smart kid. So I was like, okay, we're going to introduce him to Clue and all this stuff. And after we started playing those games, I told Mick, I said, there's got to be new games out there, because these are the same games that we played when we were kids 30 some years ago. And here we are introducing them to our kid. And Mick said, well, I'm gonna go look for some games. And so he started looking for other games for us to play. We'll go into the whole story about how
you want me to go through the whole story? I'll go through the whole story. Okay, so she told me, Mick, go look for some games.
Gosh.
And I said, okay. So I went to this site called Board Game Geek.
BGG, oh my God.
It's like the Bible of board games. We got everything on there. Actually, now we're partnering with them and we're doing some things on their channel too.
But now he's bragging, really? He just
you know, I'm just saying, come look at us. But so I went there and I didn't know nothing. I saw all these board games. I was like, what is all this mess? So I said, Starla get mad at me if I pay a lot of money for it. So let me find something cheap. So I was looking and I found Forbidden. I said, okay, hold up, Forbidden Island. So I went to go Forbidden Island. I got that at Target. It was there. I got it. Came home. I said, Starla, I got a game. She said, what is it? I said, Forbidden Island. She said, what do you do? I said, well, we all together. We all together. We got to get off this island and we got to work together to get to a helicopter because the island is sinking beneath us. She said, work together. I said, yes. She said, all of us? I said, all of us working together. I said, yes. She said, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. I said, what you mean you don't want to do that? She said, I don't want to do that. I don't work with y'all. I'm like, don't work with us. I said, okay.
Wow.
So now the mechanism that's called is called co-op, where everybody works together against the game. Starla does not like co-op. Don't like it. She wants to beat you down. She wants you. So I had to go back out. I had to give away Forbidden Island, go find another game for her. So I looked up again and I said, oh, everybody talks about the game that you should start off with. And that's, well, back in the day, it's Settlers of Catan. And so now it's called Catan. But I said, let me get that one. So I got Settlers of Catan. I said, Star, I got another game. I told her what it was. She said, what do you do? I said, we compete against each other on an island trying to build up our civilization or our little, you know, I guess kind of camps or whatever. And we kind of negotiate against each other, but we try to ultimately be the best little community out of everybody else on the island of Catan. She said, I like that. Let's go. So I'm like, oh, here we go. And that's the story of how it got started.
I'm gonna pick up where he has already derailed the whole story.
No, I did not derail.
I
did not derail
the whole story. But long story short,
okay.
After we got into Catan, and it was a mind-blowing experience for me, because I wasn't used to a board game that allowed me as the player to decide my destiny. You know, in other games, you really don't have any decision. It's luck. You either pick the right card, you roll the dice the right way. You know, it's really roll and move, play a card and move. Catan is totally different. Now, there is a dice element, but you are making a decision once you get your different, properties or what is it? What are the territories? What are they called? No, territories, you know, the different, like the wheat and all that stuff. Yeah, once you get those, settled.
Oh, the different elements,
the
resources. You have to decide how to use them and how to build up your city. And I really like that. So they were like, when you like something that's really good to you, you want more. So we decided to go look for more. So by then we were living in Houston, and Mick started finding game days for us to go to. And we found some little small conventions in Houston to go to. And every time we went, we did not see people who looked like us.
No.
And at that time, Grant was little. Grant was probably about 8, 9 years old. And so here we are, family of 3. We're dragging our little boy in tow.
Black folk.
And we walk in and people stare at us weird. There were no kids there, and it's just, I didn't want my son to be subjected to that type of experience. I'm not going to call it the R word, but that's what it felt like at the time, that we were being, that it was a little bit of that R word going on, and some of the D word too. Some of that, discrimination, and I just didn't like that feeling. Now, mind you, we were in Texas, but I didn't like that feeling. So I told Mick, I don't want to go to these game days. I don't want to go.
Stop going.
I'm not going to say you go. He found some friends who did not look like us, but he found a group he could go play with. He was the only one. And I said, well, you go do that. I'm not going to subject Grant to that. We'll stay home. So I got frustrated because we like games. And I said, well, you know what? Why don't we start a social media page? So we did Facebook. And I said, baby, we'll meet some other families of color with children that we can sit and have a game day and play together and all that. And that's how I started. I came up with the name, Our Family Plays Games. I have a marketing background, so I've done a lot of businesses and naming and all that stuff. And I said, you know what? It makes sense. Because Mick said, why Our Family Plays Games? I said, because that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we
do. If you're going to name a business, name it based on what you do. When you get these businesses with these abstract, you don't know what it is, that's crazy to me. Name it based on what you do. That way people can identify it. And the name is stuck, and here we are today. But we went from social media for 2 years, and then in 2020, we weren't getting the traction on social media that I wanted to get, because we weren't really showing ourselves that much. We were just taking pictures of the games. I'd write up a little blurb about it. We were putting it out there. But I told Mick, we need to be seen. People need to see our faces. And maybe if they see us, that'll encourage them to come on board.
And I said, what you mean see?
Yeah, he didn't want.
What you mean see?
Actually, when we launched, we had another group called the Spill Foundation. They contacted us, and they do a podcast. And so we were on their podcast. You could hear, you couldn't see us. So I said, we need to take it to the next level. Let's go ahead and launch on YouTube. So in January 2020, we launched on YouTube, and the rest is history. Here we are today.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you, thank you for creating this platform, because you hit it on the head. Earlier in life, since we are people of color, we've always had that problem of trying to find a place where we could just explore the things that we love of geek and nerd of foundations. But the problem was always trying to find something where we can go into anywhere, store, gaming space, where we're not being stared at like we just came fresh off the ship.
Yes.
And that always bothered me, because I had the same experiences. Not as definitely not older, but when I was younger, because I was like, I know the other people that play the games that I play, or like the things that I like. But every time I went somewhere, I didn't see anyone who looked like me or anyone who sounded like me. So while we have moved a little bit more towards modern times, where it's a little more accepted and you see more activity, we still don't see that much of an emergence of our people getting involved with games like Alhambra and Catan. And oh my goodness, the list goes on. Smash Up and Oh goodness, I could just name a lot.
Alhambra, we love Alhambra.
Yeah,
that is my favorite.
We introduced Grant to that one, and he loves that one.
Those
Yeah,
are some of the games we bought in the beginning. Yeah, I mean, you can see them on our shelf back here. These are some of them. We love all of those games.
Now you bragging with the background too. See this y'all bragging over here.
This is not even
y'all. This is all the games that we play. This is what we own. You see this? I'm sitting there going, all right, I'm already dead in the pockets anyway. Let's see which ones I can grab off the wall.
That's what people be messing with us, talking about. You're messing with my pocketbooks. Leave my wallet alone. I'm like, I'm sorry. We're just gonna tell you what's up out there. We're just sorry. We're sorry.
But see, it's a natural love for tabletop gaming that is such a missed demographic, honestly, because I've seen the outings that you go on, and I've watched the video. I've gone back and watched several videos and said, "Oh, I like that game, and I like that game." And Mick is out of his mind, and
yes,
Starla's ready to get him, and it's like, "Oh my gosh!" And of course, the attraction was seeing you two interact. The chemistry is just amazing. I love it.
Thank you. And it's really true. That's how it is. Even on the gaming table, we try to go, we compete against each other and try to do stuff. But like Star was saying, and you were saying too, Montel. I mean, we just got so frustrated not seeing us out there. And then we go to other black folk, and they say, "Well, how many games do you have? What, 10, 12?" At the time, we say like maybe about 500. Like, what is wrong with these black folk? Have they lost their mind? 500 games? Do they make that many?
Oh my goodness!
Look at 200.
Yeah, 200.
Especially for my family.
Yes,
our families are like, y'all have 200 games.
Are y'all selling games? Are y'all a game store?
And I had to explain, no, I don't have a game store. And it's the funniest thing. We started doing a pop-up shop last year.
Yeah.
And we started selling games at different areas where not board game related, and people of color would congregate so we could introduce these games. And then one of my cousins is like, "Oh, y'all do have a game store?" And I'm like, "No, we don't have a game store. We're just doing a pop-up shop." And so I was like, we weren't telling the truth. We actually own these games. They're ours. We don't sell it.
We don't sell it. No, we don't sell it.
It's hard for people to wrap their minds around it sometimes, but there are people out here like us. And we found some of them. We found some families, and so we're actually on a mission. And I see that we are actually coming to reach that goal. We're slowly getting there. We're getting more people, introducing people to games, bringing more people on board. More people of color are coming to our game nights. When we go to conventions, more people are coming out to the conventions. Most times to see us, but they come.
They come.
And so,
because we have that one side, the Clark family. They are something else. They are a mother, father, and two kids, two sons. And we went to a convention in Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
No, we met them at PAX.
We met them at PAX.
Yeah, PAX.
Yes, we met them
the
at
first
PAX.
time was PAX.
And then they came to, what was the other one?
Save Against Fear.
That
was in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And then Michigan.
And then Michigan.
They try to come. If we're on the East Coast, anywhere in the area.
And they're on the East Coast. They come. And they just come and they play games and stuff.
Wow.
Oh, Mimi. That is Mimi. She is in Omaha.
Yes,
love her too.
Girl.
Yes, farmer girl. Yes. Love her.
And so we're happy we can reach people of color, because a lot of times it's awareness. They just aren't aware that these games exist. And so we're trying to bring about that awareness and also welcome them to the hobby, because a lot of times you don't feel welcome in this hobby.
True.
So, hey, if you don't feel welcome over there, we're going to welcome you in and we'll help you get involved. We'll show you new games and all that stuff.
Because the one thing we want to do is that, because a lot of these publishers and stuff, they just think it's a waste of time, advertising or approaching, African Americans, because they're not gonna buy our stuff.
I'm noticing that.
Pressuring them to say, "Hey, you're missing a whole lot of money over there. You need to make people aware." But then the thing is, we got to get our people to accept it. So when we open up that door for them, they'll come on in, because if it stays open and nobody comes in, the publishers and stuff say, "Well, we were correct, nobody wants to come." So
but we see the difference when we go out. We do. We see it.
And I agree with that, especially when you go to the companies and the creators, and even when they're developing these games. Somehow in their minds, they seem to get, and I had a conversation with a friend of mine about it, and he actually asked me a question that just made me go, wow. He says, does it ever frustrate you that they don't make games based on Black culture or they target the Black or the Black audience or the black market. And I said, it doesn't, because there's so many different types of games that are not based on race that are just as good. It's just a matter of bringing folk in and making them feel comfortable and making them realize that, hey, this space is just as important. That was why I run the tabletop room at Blerdicorn, because I said, hey, guess what? You can play Dungeons and Dragons. You can play Pandemic. You can play all of these other amazing games. Your skin tone matters not, because it's games that bring family together.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
And when I discovered y'all, I said, this is showing exactly what I mean. This is showing exactly what I mean. And I just want these companies to realize, stop worrying about making it so Afrocentric. Just make it inclusive. Make it inclusive.
And we don't need a history lesson. You know, every game would have to be a history lesson.
Don't need a history lesson.
You know, we want to come to the table
and have
fun.
Yeah.
You know, we don't, just like they don't come to the table get a history lesson. We don't want to come to the table and put our kids down in front of a game and it's teaching them about what happened in history. They just want to have fun. We just want some mindless fun, joy. You know, I shouldn't call it mindless, but it is.
You want to get away from the world. It's mindless. You want to close the door and sit at the table.
Yeah, you want to just have some fun instead of, well, did you learn anything from this game? No, I just had fun.
I mean, you know, because there's a lot of games out there that do that, but we just got to get, you know, like, it's one quote in the Bible, and I know Starla gonna hit me, but I think black folk got attached to this Bible verse so much. Like, when I was a child, I played around as a child, but when I became a man or I became an adult, I stopped all child. Did I say it wrong?
Yes,
we don't promote violence on here.
How bad that? What is it?
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Yeah, spake.
But when
Did we say
spake as a child?
Okay,
but when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Yeah. And then I think a lot of folks think that board games is a childish thing and we should put it away. But it's not.
No.
Let me tell you, Montel. There are over 5,000 games every year made.
Wow.
This thing is $1 billion industry. Multi-billion. And these folk that don't look like us, they buy these games up like it's no tomorrow.
They do.
I know there's a good friend of ours in Houston, Chris. He has a collection of over 4,000 games.
I want to see where he sleeps. That's all I care about. I want to see where he sleeps.
I've been in his house. They're everywhere. But these people have huge collections. They get the Kickstarters going to the millions. I mean, come on. That's not childish. They have fun. It's a hobby that they enjoy. It's self-care where they can get away from the trauma and the craziness and just have some fun, you know, figuring out stuff.
Things.
Yeah, you do learn things.
You do learn things. I mean, you learn how to, like we told everybody, Grant learned how to negotiate by learning how to play Catan.
He don't negotiate. He a hustler. Give me 3 sheep. He said, give me 3 sheep. I said, okay, I only got 1 coal. I'll take that 1 coal. But I said, you gotta I can't give you 1 coal.
You learn his negotiation skills.
He said, give me 3 sheep. I said,
you know, there's math in games, there's reading, English in games. There's so many different memory skills, you know,
critical thinking, you know, analytical thinking. Yeah,
exactly. You don't have to have a history lesson because you're gonna learn things anyway. You know, social skills,
management, time management, strategy.
I mean, it's so many things you learn.
Strategic planning.
That's right.
You know,
so
everything.
Right there.
And one of the things I see is community. It promotes community, because if we just take the racial aspect out of everything, we're just people. We're just people. So we want to come together and have fun. Guess what? There shouldn't be any of this propping or titles or, well, you're this and you're that. No, I'm here with my family or my friends, and we want to sit down and want to play. I want to play Arkham Horror. I want to learn about this game. I want to play wow, I had the game in my head and went totally away. I do that a lot. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's a lot of games. It's a lot of games.
But and when I actually one of the first games I really fell in love with was Star Trek Catan.
We have that.
Ooh, that was my
probably out here somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably sitting there going, okay, it's down on the left to the right, it's underneath and it's up. And when I played that, I fell in love more with tabletop gaming as a whole, because again, we weren't worried about what color I was. Hey, you're just trying to build starports, and you're trying to build trade guns, and you're trying to get away from the Klingon. This is dope. Oh my God. I want more of this.
Exactly.
And that's what our game days, that's exactly what they are.
Yeah.
Everybody,
people coming together,
have fun.
Race, creed, color, all those other things are not on the table. You come in, have a good time. We don't care where you come from. Just want people to have a good spirit, who want to have a good time. We don't take bad attitudes. If you got a bad attitude and all that, you leave that somewhere else. Just come in ready to play. If you don't know how to play, people will teach you games, and I love it because we have people that come to our game nights and that have never played games before. And I can go to almost any table and say, hey, can you help this person learn a new game? Everybody's, I'll help them. I'll be helpful.
Yeah, because that last game day we had, it was a brother that came in and he just like, I saw this game day online and I just wanted to come. And he said, I don't play that much.
Never played the game.
So we got him and sat him by some folk we know and said, can you teach him how to play some games? They said, oh yeah,
and they
no problem.
embraced him and played several games with them. And we had a family come in and we introduced them to other people. And that's what we want, people willing to help other people enjoy the hobby that we love. If we don't, share this hobby with other people, it's not going to grow. And then all these games that I hear are not going to get played. So you got to bring in more people who can enjoy it. And then it also benefits those people, that they get a chance to learn something new and get a new experience in their life that can help their lives, because it helps us.
It helps us.
We love it. So it helps us.
It helps us.
And it's genuine. And anyone who sees you two can tell that you genuinely have a love for tabletop gaming because of the banter. And I know that y'all been together for a minute. But I can tell that one gets on the other's nerves, but when you see the mutual love for games, and
I get on her nerves mostly.
No, not at all. Whatever do you mean? Have no idea what you're talking about. No, but what you two amazing family, y'all bring something beautiful. And I love it. I am such a fan. I'm such a fan. And if y'all are watching this amazing group of people, y'all need to go to their YouTube, subscribe, because they got something coming out all the time. Because again, it's about promoting community. It has nothing to do with racial lines. It has nothing to do with, but the fact that you have a Black family bringing this to everyone's awareness is what makes it so beautiful. That's what makes me excited. Like, oh, they got a new video out. I'm like, oh, let me watch it. I'm sitting in the living room like this. And I'm going, oh my gosh, he's got the clipboard. Okay, here we go.
I got the clipboard.
He's got the clipboard.
Everybody don't, everybody loves the sound. Yes. The new sound. That's what they love. Starla hates it, but everybody else loves it.
You make the sound, Mick, and Starla just kind of goes, I married this man. I married this man. I married this man. I knew what I was getting into.
We literally have people say, you mess with my cats. That's messing with my cat.
And that didn't stop him.
I did not stop. Is this something like bird? They said something like bird. I was like,
he's
hey,
terrorizing
I'm
the
so
animals.
sorry. But it has to be hide your animals.
So do y'all have a favorite gaming convention that you've attended or would you would like to attend?
So far, I think our favorite is BGG.
BGG, Board Game Geek Con, yes.
Yeah.
And then our second one is, I guess, Grand Con in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
BGG is just really well run. We've been twice in the fall. Really well run. The people are very nice and welcoming. They're working on diversity, but I mean, it's about awareness and all that. But you do see people of color and LGBTQ. So that's great. You feel comfortable when you're there. Aldi does a great job with his team, making sure people feel comfortable. And so we really love it. The first time we went, we're like, oh, we got to come back. So we went again last year, and now we're scheduled to go in the spring. They have a spring and a fall. So now we're going to BGG this May for their spring convention, and we're excited about that. But yeah, we have, that's one of our favorites, I think.
Now, Navy, he went to PAX.
We went to PAX.
PAX
One
year, yes.
Yeah, that was a few years ago.
That was a few years.
But
that
was
fun.
PAX, but oh my God, it was huge.
It was huge and packed.
It was huge. And I think because it was our first big convention.
It
was
our first big convention.
A little overwhelming. And we didn't plan properly for it because we were staying in a hotel that was down the street. We had to walk the blocks, and It was a mess, but we made it.
Yeah, we made it. But then also we only played 3 games out of all the days we were there. 3 games because we were talking to everybody.
Yeah, we were working. We were there to host Cephala Fair's launch of Frosthaven. No, it was Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven miniatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were with that. But PAX was fun, but it was a lot.
It was big.
We just learned a lesson. Don't stay at a hotel off-site.
No.
And if you do, you need a car.
You need a car. So from now on, we always have cars. We have cars.
I ain't gonna lie, I've got experience with large cons because I attend San Diego every year, and then I go do Dragon Con and all the other big ones. So I love the small ones because they're more personal, but I love the big ones because there's so much energy. There's so much of a vibe going on. So ironically, when I went to PAX Unplugged the first year, which was not 23, it was 22.
Okay.
I just kind of stood there and said, okay, where do I start? And then I started smiling. I said, I've always loved this feeling because I don't have a particular plan. I'm just going to just dive on in. And that's when people were still wearing masks, because of, COVID, nasty people, which I digress. Because some of y'all out there, y'all can't come out of hotel smelling like bacon bits. Y'all can't do it. I mean, good gosh.
Yeah, that is so true.
Bro, like if you smell like an entree before you get dressed, we got a problem. We have problems.
I just like the guy I saw yesterday at the con. I saw his crack.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I did. He had his pants down, and I wanted so bad to say, "Pull up your pants, gentlemen."
Now you see that all? That's a common thing at a board game.
I know. Pull up your pants.
I feel like I feel it's like a bunch of plumbers. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I was like, come on, man. I wanted so bad. I said, oh, if I could just go over there and just say, stop, man. Pull up your pants, man. He didn't do it.
Well, probably no one said anything.
Yeah, no one said nothing. So I was like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
My fam, if you're over here on IG, come on over to YouTube and chat with these beautiful kids over here. Yeah, I said kids. I'm not taking it back.
We like it. We're good. We're good.
I said what I said. So with everything that y'all have done, have y'all had to deal with brick walls as far as people pushing up against what you're trying to achieve? Have you ever had to deal with any difficulties getting the message out there from other people?
That's every day.
No,
I think that's, because just like we see now with diversity and inclusion kind of being attacked everywhere now.
Yeah.
Because the so divisive, climate we have, it kind of hidden on us back. A lot of publishers don't want to deal with us because, they don't want to deal with the, that diversity message and inclusion. They always talking. And then we have some that, we get notes that, oh, you guys are so woke. And, just recently on our last,
that word,
that last BGG, program that we did, we talked about votes for women. Yeah. It was a game made by a woman that was a kind of like a war game about women's suffrage, how to try to get women's suffrage. And we had it on our list. Somebody came through and said the only reason that game has been made and is publicized because of its progressiveness and it's just because of the subject matter. We don't need that game. And I was like, really, dude? Really?
Really? You didn't have your coffee today, so this is you're gonna take it out on us? That's fine. Yeah. What up, Geek by Heart? This was my homie. This is Lainey and her and her husband are Geek by Heart. She came to PAX Unplugged for the first time. She came for one day.
Yes.
Blew her mind. She was like, I thought it was just in one particular room.
She thought it was just in a little hotel room with a couple of monopolies and stuff. I said, oh no.
She was blown away. She had such a good time. She's like, I'm gonna be there next year. But that's the type of enthusiasm that you want. And we're going to have to face that backlash because there are always going to be people who don't like what we do. They have a problem with it because, you're trying to be too progressive or you're trying to further this agenda. No, it's just people. It's just people. We want to sit down and play. I played, was it not Dice Tower? Oh goodness. I played a game for the first time at PAX and I had a ball. I want to say it was Dice Tower, but I don't think that's the name of it. I can tell I'm getting old.
Tower.
Huh?
Dark Tower.
No, it wasn't Dark Tower. It was involving dice, but you're playing its characters, but you're using dice to get certain abilities to fight against each other. I cannot remember for the sake of my life, but I probably think of it 2 hours later, like, that's it. Like, oh my God, it's too late. It's too late.
when we were at PAX Unplugged, we got so many games from different publishers and stuff giving it to us. They cost about, I think it weighed about 5 pounds as much as we got. We couldn't put that on a plane. So we had Cephalus Fair, the publisher that brought us in.
Pounds.
It was what?
Well, because some of these games were almost 3 or 4
pounds.
It was a lot. They had to send us a box.
Yeah, they had to send us 2 boxes.
Yeah,
that's because they loved y'all. That's what it was. They loved y'all.
We'll put it all in the boxes and we'll ship it off to you, so you don't have to put it on a plane or nothing. But I mean, you can get so much out of PAX Unplugged. This is unreal, and there's so many games out there. So many games.
Yeah, but I think what I love is just the community, because people that you've never met before, from all social economic backgrounds, from all walks of life, all coming together at these long tables playing different games. And it just it made me feel so good to know that despite what people are saying outside, they're telling you to come on in, sit down in the panel, learn about developing a game, take this demo, learn this game, take away this merch. You walk away, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going back. This is so great. And and I love it. So I saw the video y'all did of your 5 favorite games, and I couldn't help but stop. I couldn't stop laughing the entire time. I couldn't stop laughing because when Starla mentioned Monopoly but whispered it, I was undone. I was weak.
That was nostalgia games. Yeah, we talking about nostalgia games.
Yeah. And I was like, so what's wrong with Monopoly? I already know the answer to that question, but I want to hear from y'all's perspective.
Okay. Well, one thing we did a episode on going beyond Monopoly.
No, it's a series.
It was a series.
A 4-part series talking about the title is Beyond Monopoly. Where we were talking to the audience and trying to get them to go beyond Monopoly. Because so often when we say board game, the first thing people say is Monopoly.
Is it like Monopoly?
We want them to think beyond that. So that's what we talked about, ways to get beyond Monopoly and games that can help you get beyond Monopoly. So not that we hate Monopoly, but we don't publicize it or talk about it so much because we want people to think about other games. But it's part of my childhood. I grew up on Monopoly. I have a collection of Monopolies. Before I became enlightened about the modern board game hobby, Monopoly was my jam. I was buying because I thought that was it for board games. I thought that was what you have to buy. So I bought a whole bunch of them, and people gave me Monopoly as gifts. I've got about 26 or 27 different versions.
You got 37 kinds of Monopoly.
I don't 26, 27. Yeah,
37.
Different kinds of Monopoly. I thought that was it. I'm gonna collect them. And then I said, oh my God, there's so many other games. I don't want to do Monopoly anymore. And I want people that I know, especially people of color. There are other games than Monopoly, Uno, and Spades.
Especially Uno. There's more great card games than Uno.
Yeah, there are more games out there.
I couldn't agree more.
People shut us off right there. Shut it off.
Wait. So my friend Roel says 37 is a lot. Yeah, and they're doing it all the time. They're coming up with different versions. I saw a Golden Girls Monopoly. I said, okay, y'all doing too much.
They're doing too much. Too much. Yeah,
so I have to ask, this isn't the video, this is us people. If you were to introduce somebody to your favorite board game, what game would you introduce to them?
I would introduce them to one of the classic, kind of like we call gateway games, bringing them into the hobby. It's either Catan, Carcassonne, or the great one, Ticket to Ride.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think out of all those, it would be Ticket to Ride, because Ticket to Ride has the big North American and a whole bunch of other maps and stuff. But they have the special Cities edition, which is it's like small box Ticket to Rides that it lasts maybe about 15-20 minutes, real quick.
Okay,
and they're very small, they're inexpensive, and there's 5 of them out there now. So great, it's great stuff. Villainous.
Those are board games. But most recently, we've been introducing people to smaller card games.
Card games
like Trio and No Thanks. No Thanks is a huge hit. That people love. It's easy to learn. They have a lot of joy when they play it. Volanimo, Seas of Strife. Those are card games that we introduce people to as well.
Yeah, especially No Thanks. Also Trio.
And
Trio's big time.
Those are great.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. We got one from Mimi. OFPG introduced me to Ticket to Ride and Catan. Love those both.
I love both those games.
She comes to our game nights.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
And she buys a lot of games because of Mick.
Mick, just take the credit, man. Just take the credit. That's that love being personified.
I'm sorry, I just try to advise the best I can. Now it's up to you, my lovely family, to say no. But I know because I can't say no. That's the problem. They like me. I can't say no. Shoot. All these button shots I'm getting lately is just ridiculous.
We got Pan Am at my store, and y'all talked about it so highly, and I've got that on my layaway. I saw it, and I was like, oh, I love this game.
What is that? Which one?
Pan Am.
Pan Am. Yes, Pan Am is a great one.
Pan Am's fun.
Pan Am is fun.
It's ironic. I used to fly on the Pan American Airlines. I'm like, okay, so we went from the airline to the game. Okay, I think I can get behind this.
And it's a great game, though. I mean, it's really kind of a midweight game where you're fighting against Pan Am. Actually, you're running your own little airline, and then you have Pan Am behind you gobbling up, airspace, and you're trying to beat them two different places to expand your business before Pan Am just basically wipes you out. So yeah, it's a fun game.
It is fun.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I definitely got to get it. I definitely got to get it. I know some people I want to see, like, okay, let me see if you could do this. Let me see if you could do this.
Yes. Yes.
So for anyone who wants to get into, especially our folks,
yes,
what type of advice would you good people give to them?
So
wow, he names the games. He's like, yeah, all the hard answers, all the questions here. Go, Starla.
So
that's exactly what he does.
It's like he's well spoken. I got the clipboard. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and speak.
I was doing it,
but
I just scream at him. But Star said, "Don't you do that?" I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Well, since we do this on on a regular basis, we like to tell people because we go out in the community and talk with people and introduce games. We tell people to find like a content creator, us or someone else that you like looking at, listen to them, see what they say about the game. Maybe they can give you some insight before you spend your money. What I tell them mainly is don't go to a game store by yourself and not know what you're doing. Because the first time I went, now mind you, I've played games all my life, but the first time Mick took me to a game store when we were, getting into the modern board game hobby, I was like overwhelmed. And it was like, oh my God, because we probably had about 30 or 40 games.
Yeah, 30 or 40
wasn't
games,
that many. And I was like, oh my God. And so I'm picking games based on the way the box art looked. And I still kind of do that. If the box art is beautiful, I'll look at it, but I was just picking games because it looked pretty to me. I thought it looked cute. And I got lucky.
Yeah.
But sometimes you do that, you may not get lucky. You may end up getting something that's bad. So listen to people, get advice, go to BGG, check out, YouTube. YouTube has a wealth of information. Go look at what these people are saying. I don't say you have to trust everybody's opinion, but maybe get multiple opinions because you'll have 25 people talk about the same game. You ain't got to look at all 25, but get a couple of different opinions. And if you really like what they're saying about this game, you go to BGG, look it up, then buy because these games are expensive. And I don't want people saying, you told me to go spend $60 on a game and it's horrible. Well, no, I'm not telling you
all that.
Research. Yeah, research it. We always say that, research, especially when we're doing
send us an email. I mean, if you don't know, send us an email. We'll talk to you.
When we do previews of new games, we always tell people to research it, check it out. Don't just take what we're saying as, as the be all end all. Research it, check it out, and then go spend your money. Because we don't want people spending their money for nothing.
No.
Because they have to take stuff back like you had to take stuff.
Yeah, Forbidden Island had to take back.
Facts.
Yeah, you didn't do your research.
No, I didn't know.
He didn't research with me.
I didn't know.
I can see Mick coming into the door telling, I got this. Did you research it? No, take it back.
No. I researched everything else now.
He didn't realize I was a competitive player and not a co-op player. And that's another thing. If you're playing these games and you've got people you're going to play with, find out what type of players they are. Are they co-op? Do they like working with other people? Or are they really cutthroat and competitive? And then that helps you decide on what type of game.
That helps you a whole bunch.
Yes.
I agree with that. Working at my job, I work at Atlantis Games and Comics. So I'm constantly recommending different games for different people. And I said, first thing I always ask is, do you play any other games? What type of player would you consider yourself? And they tell me like, perfect, I got the right game for you. And then I'll take them over like, oh my gosh, this is great. I said, yeah, it's all right, but you can try this over here.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, by all means, go bring the wisdom, sir. Come on.
And if you have a board game cafe in your town, go there
and play
and kind of experiment where you don't
before
have to buy them. Before
money.
you spend your money, play with those games. If you have a board game cafe, see what they are, and then you can buy it or whatever, or get suggestions. So do that if you have a cafe, board game cafe in your town.
Nice. You sound like me. Where I work, we have a cafe next door, and someone said, "Can you just build a door between us and them?" And I said, "No, no, because I get all the caffeine. You see me bouncing off the walls. I'll be talking to you from the ceilings. You walk through the door. Welcome. Where the heck did? Oh my gosh.
Yes,
sir.
Yes.
So one resource, and I definitely recommend to a lot of people, is when I started getting into board gaming, I will go on YouTube and watch Tabletop with Will Wheaton. My favorite, because if you're not sure about how a game is played, they play the game. They don't sit here and just say, well, you play it like this, like this. No, they actually do a playthrough, and it gives you a great idea to do that. And it's pretty inclusive for a show. So I definitely recommend it. But I would say go look at Make It Starla, because they're dope.
But you know what? You can go to Watch It Play, because we don't claim to be teachers. We're not teachers. We just want to talk about our love of the game. Now, we have played through games, but you want to go see, really good playthroughs. I recommend Rodney Smith. Watch It Play is a great place to go, because he really teaches games. He has a real calmingness about him, a calming nature.
Yes.
And so he makes you feel at ease when you sit there watching.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, and he's very friendly, nice guy. Yeah,
very
nice
guy.
Yeah, Watch It Play.
Cool. Yeah.
So Roel had a...
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, he said, Roel wanted to know any recommendations for the chaotic good alignment peeps.
I don't know. That's a lot to say in that one little sentence, chaotic good. I'm like, whoa. But
Roa is she is a friend of mine, but she's also a competitive player, but she loves Dungeons and Dragons. So anything along those lines.
Oh my God.
Okay, I got a game. I have a game.
For a Dungeons and Dragons.
Because I play D&D too, so I'm gonna suck this all in. So
I am not a D&D player.
No.
But one of the first games we learned, what was in our first year of learning games, Mick found Lords of Waterdeep.
Yes. That is a classic.
One of my favorites.
Oh my God, that's a great game.
I love it. I love all the expansions.
Yeah.
Lords of Waterdeep. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, you're gonna love it. And even if you don't like it, I love it. love it.
So even if you don't, she don't even matter. She don't care.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, just still try it out. It is a wonderful worker placement game. I love it.
And it's another one, it's kind of dungeony, because you're a thief. You're a thief going into a kind of like a dungeon, and you're trying to steal treasure from this dragon that gets really upset.
Let's talk about Clank.
I'm talking about Clank.
Clank.
And you got to try to make sure you don't make any sounds, any clanks or anything like that. You try to, and it's a card game with a board, and it is so much fun, because when that dragon hears you, it comes after you.
Yeah, Clank is fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It is so much fun. It is. And you're trying to get out before the other players get out, and you're trying to keep them in there so they can all die so you can win. So it's so much fun.
We love the game so much that we were able to work with the publisher for our last Kickstarter campaign, and there's a promo card of us in Clank now, and we're the Bunny Mafia.
We're the Bunny Mafia.
What? Oh my God!
That was Grant's idea.
Grant came up with the concept, and he sent it to them, and they put it in the game. So now, if you get the promo card with the Bunny Mafia,
and another one, it's a great game. It's a great dungeon crawler called what is that? Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape. You got to get that. That is a great game.
Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape.
Darkness 2 Hellscape.
Wow, that sounds like my last marriage. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
One more. It's Tiny Epic Dungeons. It's a assist. I guess it's a publisher who does Tiny Epic games. It's little small games.
All of the different genres.
Dungeons is one of the best. It's one of the best.
Okay,
good one.
See, y'all, if y'all are watching this, you have right here two people who are a beautiful couple. I have to say, y'all are adorable together. But the love for tabletop gaming, y'all, if y'all have seen me through my YouTube and my Instagram journey, y'all know this is one of the things that I love, because there was a time where you didn't have video games or you couldn't afford them. So you would go for something that was simple, and it was still promote community and family, especially on, you can create game nights where you got food and you got the board games. And people are like, turn on the TV. Why? I don't want that on. It's my move. I'm messing this up, and it just goes from there. Oh my goodness. Y'all are amazing. I genuinely love you guys. So do y'all have any events coming up that y'all are going to be a part of in the upcoming future?
Well, we're going to be here in Omaha. If you're in Omaha, Lincoln's, the surrounding areas, we're going to be at the Durham Museum. They're doing a it's called Saturday Play series, where they're going to have different events on Saturday. So we're going to have a game day with the museum. We will be hosting it and running that particular game day. And it's going to be at the museum. And the Durham is a beautiful museum. It is a beautiful museum. Yeah, they took an old train station and turned it into a museum. It's got these big, huge marble walls. Beautiful. When you walk in, it is breathtaking. I mean, it's ornate. It's beautiful. So we'll be there Saturday, March 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We've got teachers coming out who are going to teach games, and we were able to get the actually the they publish Monopoly games.
US-opoly.
Yes.
US-opoly. I know about US-opoly.
Yes, US-opoly.
They're sponsoring the library that's coming out for us. And they're going to give away games. They send us games we can give away. So yeah, come out there. We'll be at BGG Spring in Dallas, Texas. That's the end of May, Memorial Day weekend. Then after that, we're going to RageCon in Reno, Nevada in June. I think it's the end of June, the last week of June. So yeah, just go to our website. Our list is there.
And then our game night.
That's right. We have a game night here too in Omaha in May, because we do game nights here quarterly. Every quarter we do a game night. So yeah, we've got a lot. We've got a whole list of events on our website.
Just come to our website. Yeah, come to our website.
So in other words, I'm going to have to just pop up unexpectedly on you guys.
Whenever you want
to. Come on out.
Come when we have a game night so we can show you around and introduce you to our community here.
Yes.
Don't be sitting there going, yeah, we're going, how you doing? Now you're going to play this game. This is not a requirement.
You're going to play a lot of games now. Because I think yesterday we were at Great Plains, and we played we played 13 times. 13
times
with different games. About 7 games.
7 games,
yeah.
13 times.
And that's just one day. That's just one day.
Wow.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Hey, Keena. Oh my gosh. Got people on Instagram going, hi, everybody. Hi. I should go over to YouTube and everything because Mick and Starla are dope. And they're amazing and everything. BVI Mermaid, hey, love. Yes, we will be chatting later this evening. If y'all ain't doing anything on IG, I'm having a convo. This is Double Combo Summit. I haven't done this in a while, but you know what? Anytime I have the opportunity to chat with amazing, beautiful people.
That's the cosplayer, right?
Yes.
I'll be watching.
Yes, she is a sweetheart. She's a longtime friend. She came to Blerdicorn last year for the first time, and let me tell you, tall. I dig it. Okay.
Now I do hope that Blerdicorn have a bigger game section, because I know that one young lady that we love so much is Aisha, and she is the owner of Opal Grove Games in Detroit, Michigan, and she was there walking around and stuff. And I said, you need to introduce yourself and tell them that you're there. You're a board game owner, a board game store owner. Yeah. And so, she was there and having a good time, because her sister, I think, lives in DC area. But yeah, so I hope the board game component for Blerdicorn gets bigger.
Well, we're trying. The biggest thing is just trying to find, because see, I usually bring games from my job, and then we have other con employees, folks like con staff who bring theirs, so it becomes more of a voluntary library. But I'm all on board with bringing others on, so if you want to refer them to me, by all means, because I am the department head. I am the chair for that. So
I'm gonna have to get you some publishers to talk to you too, so we get some games in there.
You ain't said nothing but a thing, sir. All I need is someone to look at my phone and go, "Oh yeah, Mick sent you." Okay, Starla mentioned. Okay,
yes. We gotta get some folk over there, because I was looking at one thing, because I was telling publishers, I think it's the anime con in Austin, that is humongous, with a lot of African Americans go to.
That is Anime Frontier.
Yeah, that's the con. And I said, this one guy that, one publisher that does like a lot of anime type card games and stuff. I said, you need to get your sales over there, and you're gonna get some sales. Don't ignore, those type of cons. Get there and show yourself. So we got to get more folk in the in the hobby.
Yeah,
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Y'all, I have to tell you, y'all have made this an amazing Sunday already. I love y'all. I love your energy. I love your vibe. And I didn't get to say this before. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of OFPG Voices.
We love you too for doing that. Thank you. And you got another segment coming out. Don't forget, I'll let you know.
Yeah. And see, I'm upset though. I'm upset with you because every time when I see you have the convos, you ask, what anime are you looking at now? You didn't ask us that.
I ain't got to it yet. Don't yell at me.
All right. I'm just wondering.
He has an answer prepared.
We're ready. We
ain't got to it yet. Y'all realize how excited I am to be able to chat with y'all? Don't sit here and do this to me, man.
We're ready.
Sitting there going, I was ready for that question.
I was waiting.
Okay, so what anime are you currently watching?
We saw One Piece. That's what we saw.
Okay.
We do look at a lot of anime and stuff, and plus Grant, he is our anime watcher, teacher, all anime. That. He tells me what's going on. Yeah. And he said, you guys are gonna sit down and you're gonna watch One Piece. He's like, okay.
I like it.
Like, okay.
We'll see Avatar next. So we're like, okay, that's no problem. We don't close our minds off to anything. I love comics. I love Star Wars comics more. But I never turn my mind off of anything. And we love Marvel. We love all that stuff. The movies and everything. So we don't. And I love Star Wars. Star Wars is a Star Trek fan. So we kind of divide lines there. But
I mean, those discussions are going to be interesting though. Like, wait, so you're trying to say Captain Kirk isn't loose? No, I'm not saying he's not loose, but he's a lover.
With everything.
Captain Kirk was something else.
Now Picard was all, he was all cool and all, but
no, don't let Picard fool you. That was only what you saw. That man was as loose as a goose. He just didn't act like it. Don't
Kirk,
do that.
Man, that dude, man, he no stopping him nowhere.
I'm a fan of Cisco, Captain Cisco, and Michael Bernard. Oh my goodness, I love Discovery, Star Trek Discovery. Love it when you have an African American character whose family was annihilated by the Klingons, but she was raised by Vulcans. I said, you cannot beat that.
No, but they kind of got they overlooked Cisco so much, they didn't even, like, oh, he was a commander. Why you make him a commander? And they finally made him a captain, but I'm like, come on, that was just too much. It was too much. But
the reason why they did that is because they knew that Cisco was a character that didn't need to be in a starship as a commander of a space station, which is the way station for everything. It's going to be a lot of stuff coming through there. So I think it made it a lot more adventure.
But that show had the best writing I've ever seen for a Star Trek show. I mean, if you look at some of the clips and just look at, there's some writing on there that was, from way back from the original Star Trek that, Roddenberry did. I mean, it's just so much. It was just great writing. So I love that. DS9, I loved it.
Well, I tell y'all are two of the finest human beings I have had the honor to know. And I definitely call y'all friends. And y'all are truly Blerdicorns in every way, shape, or form. I love bringing them into I'm glad that people in my age range, and I'm telling you, these young folk drive me crazy. Oh my gosh. Everything does not have to have a question behind it. Just accept it, learn it, love it. If it's not for you, then move on. But guess what? Arms wide open.
That's right. That's right.
Just saying. Right. So y'all, I have enjoyed. I have no idea.
Yes.
None whatsoever.
We have to.
We need more awareness.
Yes.
Definitely more awareness as far as board gaming and inclusivity and not people being ostracized because of their walk of life and where they came from, or even how they look. Because people still judge based on appearance.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I said, I need y'all to stop, okay? Because there's so much joy out here. and y'all are just part of that joy. So yeah, you all are included in this. So don't get it twisted.
And just if folk would just, like especially African Americans, don't turn your back to games. Don't think they're stupid or they the rules are too much or anything like that. We can introduce you to games that the rules are just a page or whatever. I mean, don't just give up saying, "Oh, that just looked too complicated." No, don't turn your back on games because they can do so much for your life. You'll never believe. You'll never believe
that part. I fell in love with card gaming when the first game that I played for card games. From that point, I was just it was over for me. It was Flux.
Starla does not like Flux. I love
it. Flux. What's wrong with Flux? Okay, Starla, what's wrong with Flux? What's wrong?
What's wrong with Starla?
Because the rules fluctuate. I like some consistency. So when I play my game, I want to know these are the rules, and these are the rules to the end of the game. Not halfway through. Now we're changing. Then another part we're changing.
I love it.
But that's what makes it so much fun, you know. It's never dull.
See that, Starla? I told you. That was just fun.
It didn't resonate with me, but you know what? I'm happy you love it.
Oh, see, yeah. We just got a new one because the company that makes Flux, they sent us a new one. That was the one for the camping.
Yeah.
That was the camping
Flux. Okay.
Camping Flux. We got that one. And I love it. I love it too. But the one thing I'm glad they did, since Starla doesn't like Flux, and we have a few Fluxes in the house, they made a solo where you can make a solo variant where you can play them all, by yourself now. So I love that. So that's cool.
Oh my goodness. See, now I love Flux, but Starla, I'm praying for you, boo. I'm praying for you. That's all I got.
I have a saying, Montel.
Yes, ma'am.
Not every game is for everybody. Okay,
that's
so
a fact.
pick the one you like, and I'll pick the ones I like, and maybe we can come together on ones we both like. But then the ones that you like that I don't like, I'm happy for you. you enjoy it.
That's all my dungeon crawlers. I gotta do those solos.
That's what I do to Mick, because like in our collection, I probably play maybe 80%.
Yes.
And the other 20 is all him. And you enjoy it, sweetheart. Play solo, go play with your friends. You're good. I'll just play the ones that I like, because when I sit at that table, I want to have a good time. I don't want to feel like I'm having a good time because I'm compromising and playing something that only you like and I hate, because then that's going to take away my joy. So I try to find things that we both like.
Yes.
And that way we can be happy. And I don't force him to play something he doesn't like, which is impossible.
I play all of them now.
Which is impossible because he's an Omni gamer. He's an Omni gamer. I don't have him force me to play stuff I don't like.
No.
Okay, so since you said that, that just opened another can. I can't help this. So I know there are certain games that Starla doesn't like. Yeah. What are certain games that you don't like, Mick?
I love them all.
You trying to tell me that you don't have not one game that you're like, no, I'm good.
No, I mean, now some games are bad, and we have talked about some of the games that are bad, and
we get a lot of bad.
Yeah, we get a lot of bad games, and me and Starla will put them to the side. But there has not been a game that Starla says she likes, and I say I don't like.
Yeah,
there's not been a game.
If it's in our collection, he likes it to some degree.
And that we're close to what, almost 900 games now. We're close to 900.
Yeah. But we get so many games from publishers, these new games that are coming out and stuff, and they're bad. We don't like them. We get rid of them. But there are a lot of trash games out there. True.
But out of the ones that are still in our house, and those are the ones I like, and I will play.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, don't y'all be sending me these trash games, because
we don't do that. The last one we sent you, those are good ones, and we're gonna send you some more.
We get a lot of good games because the publishers will send us duplicates, so we can't give them away. So we give away games at each every one of our game nights.
We give away a lot of games,
4, 5, 6 games at every game night. Every convention we go to, we give away games because we get so many of them. Yeah.
Now we sent you no thanks, didn't we? Maybe.
Huh?
We sent you no thanks.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, one of our favorites.
That's we love that game. And we think that a lot of African Americans will love that game too. It is a really, really good game. Really good game.
I'm just trying to find the time and people to come over because I'm always on the move. I'm trying to slow down, but people yelling at me. Don't yell at me. I'm always on the move.
So you need to definitely take that wherever you go. Take that one. Yes. Take that one. No thanks.
Fine. God. Jeez, Dad.
You take it.
Room full of Blurs. What's going on? One of my favorite people. We got the crew from Blur's Eye View up in here. Just wanted to show y'all love and everything.
Love that. Love you guys. When you guys do your thing, we love it. I love it. Yes.
Oh, the feeling is mutual. I turn them on to you guys, and they've been like, "Oh, they are adorable." I'm like, "Right? Oh my gosh!" And like they're still talking about, and I know, right? And it's like, "Yo, it's so cute. What's the next episode?" Oh, they're talking about transportation game. Girl, I'm gonna be on about transportation because I'm telling you, I'm big on transportation. Big on transport.
And those are some good games in there too. They talked about some good games.
I'm gonna definitely check that one to get a chance. So before we go, I just wanted to ask you guys about OFPG Voices. What made you decide to create that segment? Because it's brilliant. I genuinely love this, not because I was put on it, because I had no idea you were going to ask me, but I love that you get someone just say, here's my perspective on tabletop as a whole community and everything. So what made you decide to do that?
That's all Starla.
Doggone it. Just
hey, let me tell you, Navy, she made everything. She made OFPG. She made Our Fan Plays Games, and she is the leader. She's the queen. She runs all this. She runs it all.
Oh, hail the queen.
She's the mastermind behind all this. And she came up with OFPG Voices because she came to me and she said, this is what I want to do. I was like, really? Is that going to be successful? She said, well, we're going to make it. So we made it.
I created it because it didn't exist. So it didn't exist. So out of all those channels, there was no one who said, I'm going to feature BIPOC communities and LGBTQ communities. No channel out here in the world is doing what we do. And so we have a collection of people from all walks of life. Now, when we started Voices in 2022, I did our first show in January. My whole focus was I only want BIPOC and LGBTQ. That's all I want on the channel. That's it. But as we went on, I realized that I was excluding people because I didn't want to do to other people what we were doing, what was being done to us.
Understood.
So we had every walk of life in the community except for white males. And so I was like, you know what? We have to have white males. We had women. We had LGBTQ, we had, Asian, Black, Hispanic. We have a guy on our show that speaks in Spanish, and we do the subtitles on the bottom. And he speaks English, but we wanted him to do it in Spanish because we wanted to attract people from the Hispanic community.
Gotcha.
So Daniel's wonderful. We love Daniel. He's on our preview team. Now, on our preview team, he does it in English. Before Voices, he does it in Spanish. So I realized in 2023, I said, Mick, we're excluding people. We felt excluded from these other channels. So why should we exclude them? So now we have every walk of life, white male, Black male, Hispanic, Asian. And I just love having this collection. No one else has this. And we're going to keep it going. And we're going to keep our people happy and hopefully be able to continue to pay them all the time.
Yes, we pay them.
We pay them, and we work hard to do that. Part of our Kickstarter campaign was to make sure we had enough money to keep them paid, because in this business, content creators are not getting paid, and we don't pay them a lot, but we want to make sure that they understand that we value their time.
Yes.
Just like we told you the same thing, we value your time. What can we do to compensate you for your time? Because we don't want people doing this stuff for free. We don't do it for free.
No.
And we don't want other people doing it for free. This is a business for us, and we can't sit here and take the money and not share it with other people.
I feel like I get yelled at if I tell y'all I don't want to get paid, because I feel like when y'all we were doing the emailing back and forth.
We yelled at you.
I feel you were yelling like, you're gonna take something. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what we said. We're gonna send you games.
He's like, I don't want money. I'm like, well, can we do something? And then you're not the only one to turn down the money, but if you say I don't want the money, because again, we're not giving you a lot of money, but if you say I don't want your money, then what else can we do for you? Can we send you something? And you say, I'll take some games. Done. And we want to do something, just say we love you and we want to compliment you for what you do.
Well, first of all, I love y'all back, and let me explain something to you about me. Okay, since y'all explaining stuff about what people doing what for who. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm about the message for the community. I'm all about that. I don't do I always say I never want to be famous, but I want that message to get out there from every avenue that has been established in the nerd and geek community. Yeah. And if I can further that message in any way, I will contribute. I'm like, my reward is knowing that someone's going to listen to what I said, resonate with it, and that's going to start their journey. So I never worry about anything like that. Although I know I can't argue with people, some people argue with them. So I get it. So that's fine. But understand this. I was honored when y'all asked me to be a part of OFPG Voices. And no one's ever asked me to do anything like that before. So thank you for just saying, hey, could you? I said, sure. And I was like, dang it, I did 2 of these. I can't decide which one. Y'all, I said,
above and beyond. And we said, we're going to use both of them.
We're using them both.
We'll use both.
And we're going to be calling you again. So after the second come out, start thinking about what you want to say in the future.
Because you're encouraging and you speak positivity. Your truth. You speak your truth. And I said, Starla, we got to put this man on voices. We got to put him on, as soon as possible. Because Starla said, well, I don't want to keep doing voices. I mean,
Good Humans,
the Good Human segment all the time. And I need guests to come in and get more perspectives about it. I said, I got somebody. Get him.
Yeah.
Get him. And she said, okay. She said, give me an email. I'm like, no problem. Yeah. So, yes.
All right. So then y'all locked me in. So fine. You're stuck with me.
Locked in.
Well, I mean, if you don't want us to invite you back, stop sending us good stuff.
Yes, that's right.
You know it's not my DNA. How dare you? Come on now.
If you send us good stuff, people want more of it. Like I said with the board game hobby, you want more. So
that's right.
you're
part of the family now. So you're locked in.
Yeah, that's it. He's on the website.
He's on the website. So that's it.
I can't stand y'all. I cannot stand y'all for nothing. So Mimi says, one thing I love about Mickey Starla is the last thing they say at the end of every episode is one thing we want you to always remember. We love you. Something we all need to hear. I agree.
We love you.
100%.
We love you now. We love you.
I agree 100%. And I genuinely love y'all. Y'all bring something so special to the table.
Thank you.
That's long needed, long overdue. And most importantly, it's much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
So if anyone else doesn't tell you, I love you guys. Y'all are phenomenal. Or I should say, you're good humans. There we go. Hey.
Thank you.
Put it right
you
back
are too, man. You are too.
And we love you back.
Yes.
We love you.
Love you back.
Trust me. You all know if there's anything I can do for y'all, it's a wrap. All you gotta say, hey, okay, done. Let's just do it. All right, so tell everybody where they can find y'all and show you love and everything.
All right.
I want Mick to do it. No, I want Mick to do it.
No, I cannot do it. She does it. Even on our show, she does it. She does it. I'm just a hype man. I just hype it up.
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. We have a website, ourfamilyplaysgames.com, and we also have a link tree. So
and TikTok.
Did I say TikTok?
And
TikTok.
Yeah.
Just Our Family Plays Games. Google us. You'll find us.
Yep.
All right, everybody. If y'all are watching this and y'all have been a part of this, go follow them. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. Go follow them on Instagram and across all social media. They bring a philosophy of community via tabletop gaming that is long overdue, much needed, and they do it with such class. I mean, come on now. This is a classy couple.
But we have fun though. We love having fun.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I'm giving shout outs to Grant too, because I don't get to see him, but that man worked magic. That's all I gotta say.
Woo!
Yeah, we call him the wizard.
He's the wizard.
He is the wizard.
Yes. He makes us look good.
Yeah, without him, we couldn't do what we do.
No.
And we have to tell people that they don't realize it's more than us.
Yes.
So we go to conventions, we're like, well, it's 3 of us. They're like, 3 of you. It's like, yeah, our son Grant does our videos. We take him everywhere, not because he's our kid, but because he's part of this
He's been doing videos for us since he was 15.
15 years old.
And he is considered one of the best video editors in the board game hobby.
Yeah.
At 19 now, he's 19 and considered one of the best.
Yeah, he does a great job.
I may have to hire him because I've been a one-man team since 2011 and I'm tired.
He's available. He's available to let us know.
I'm tired. Yeah, Mimi says that Grant is exceptional. Yes. Grant is exceptional.
Oh.
So y'all, thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Love you, Mimi.
Yeah, Mimi. She said, "Love you back."
We didn't pay her.
No, we didn't pay her.
We didn't
pay Mimi. We just know her because she's in Omaha. She's here in Omaha.
I like how you had to just throw that last bit on there. It's like, hey, baby. Hey,
just want to let you know.
And she says, "Love you back."
Oh.
So everybody, go follow Mickey Starla. They are phenomenal. This is a family thing. Yeah. Something that a lot of people don't do. Everyone's doing things on their own, but guess what? You can still bring the amazing energy and the good vibes and support and just inspire and motivate others by doing what this is just an example of what can be done with these amazing people. So y'all, thank y'all so much. Everybody, in the meantime, in between time, as I tell everybody on this channel and on OFPG and all across social media, because I don't have my clipboard, so I can't do it like Nick can, okay? Always, I'm gonna let y'all have the last word. Stay nerdy, stay geeky, stay sexy. OFPG, you have the last words.
Yeah, we'll say it.
I said, hey, now family, you know we love you. We want to keep things going, but always know, I mean always, wherever you are, we love you. Bye now.
Everybody.
Take care, everybody.